You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. Yeah, from the report we gathered from our correspondents, it says the list of top 8 states that can't survive without support from federal allocation. Well, state governments in Nigeria get the revenues to fund their recurrent and capital expenditures from federal allocations and internally generated revenue, which is the IGR. While some are viable enough to survive without the federal allocation, there are others who can do with the handouts from the central government. The annual state viability index has shown some states that can't survive without the support from the federal allocation. Yes, the annual state viability index by Economic Confidential has shown some states that cannot do without the federal government allocation. According to the cable, the ASVI measured the viability index towards the state using each state internally generated revenue to judge all this, and also as a percentage of its federal account allocation for the year. Legit NG gathers that states with an internal generated revenue of less than 10% of their total receipts from the federal allocations are considered insolvent. Well, do you have a groundbreaking story you would like to know what this is all about? So you know the IGR of those states and how they depend on the federal government for allocation. Below are states listed as those that can't, or those that can't not survive. Okay, those that cannot survive without federal allocation, according to the index as ASVI had stated. It says they can't survive without federal allocation. Well, I stand to be corrected, or better still, yeah, you can throw more light if you know much about the IGR of these states that is going to be mentioned. It said 8 states were the states that can't, stand it. According to the list, number 1 on the list says Bayelsa has 8.0%. Number 2, Jigawa State 8.10%. Katsina 8.8%. Adamawa, which is number 4, has 9.1%. 5, Yobe 9.2%. As the IGR. Number 6, Niger has a 9.6%. 7, Taraba State has a 9.8%. And then number 8, Benue has a 9.8% respectively. Well, according to the report, Bayelsa State got a total of 152.54 billion naira as federal allocation in 2020, but only generated 12.18 billion as IGR, internal generated revenue, representing 8.0% of its total receipts from the federal account. Well, I stand to be corrected if I'm to dispute this. According to the report, Bayelsa of all states would have a lower IGR. Why? 12.18. Where I'm going to is the natural resources which Nigeria has. Is it that there is no longer oil in Bayelsa? Okay, if there is oil, what is happening to infrastructure in that domain? Or I would say that Bayelsa as a state does not have investors. Let me not even use the word foreign or local, but there should be infrastructure according to what they have in their state, because they have a natural resources. Even if it's meant for Nigerians, if the what's it called, the oil itself is being benefited by everyone, that means Bayelsa itself does not even benefit from this oil. If need be, there are two things involved. If Bayelsa benefits from the oil, that means the money being generated is going to the pockets of some elites in Bayelsa, or better still, the government has neglected them, which are the two conditions why they can, or they can't, generate a good number of revenue, because according to the report, which says they only generated in 2020 12.18 billion naira, which is just 12 billion naira, at the year 2020. That is low for me, and is a no for me for Bayelsa. Jigawa State got 107 billion naira as federal allocation, but only generated an IGR of 8.6 billion naira, which resulted to 8.1%. Even Bayelsa is even more than Jigawa. Well, President Muhammadu Buhari's home state of Katsina got 130 billion naira as federal allocation, but made 11.3 billion naira, as below IGR, and got the percentage of 8.8%. Adamawa State with an IGR, internal generated revenue, of 8.3 rather billion naira in that year 2020, got 91 billion naira as federal allocation, which is 9.1%. Yobe State with an IGR of 7.7 billion naira collected 84 billion naira as federal allocation in 2020, which resulted to 9.2%, while Niger State with an IGR of 10.5 billion naira got 109 billion naira as federal allocation in 2020, which resulted to 9.6%. Taraba State with an IGR of 8.1 billion naira got 82 billion naira as federal allocation in 2020, which resulted to 9.2%, while Benue State with an IGR of 10.46 billion naira and got 106 billion as federal allocation, and also resulted to the percentage of 9.8. 36 state governors battle FG in Supreme Court over this, and earlier reported that the 36 state government and sued the federal government over the proceeds of the stamp duties collected between 2015 and 2020, which they put at 176 billion naira. The state government demanded a refund of the proceeds in a suit filed before the Supreme Court on Thursday, September 9. The states, through their attorney generals, asked the Apex Court to determine whether or not they are the sole authority to administer and collect stamp duties within their respective states. Well, I would say Malami is the one that has been accused, collecting these stamp duty charges, which we incur, or which they, which the citizen incur in our accounts. You can sometimes some people will complain 500 has been removed from their account, some 1,000, some 100, just like that, and not to mention a few has also been revealed here. The federal government has really boycotted the Nigerians a whole lot, and they have cheated us in many ways. Well, not to buttress more, let's just read few comments before I close this chapter. Well, someone says they should just scrap those parasite states that cannot stand on their legs. This is a case of robbing Peter to pay Paul. Yes, that is why the governor of Rivers State and governor of Lagos State has passing to law for states to generate their income or revenue, and also distribute to whoever they want to distribute. Well, except Lagos, Rivers, Bayelsa, CRA, I don't know what this person means, and Delta State, all other states in the south won't cope without federal allocation. You're just making noise. Some northern states are by far richer than some southern states. Well, if truly, well, it's your opinion though, but if you are saying this, that there are some southern states that will still depend on the federal government, and since the northern states or some northern states are richer than some southern states, then let the north stay on their own. The northern states stay on their own, and then the south also stays on their own. Someone now say, which state in the north is richer than any state in the south? State the name, please, because the Igbo are the ones controlling Abuja and Kano economy, even most northern states. Well, this is your plug. This is where you're going to come in. Just release your statement and your comments in the comment section. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.